It's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new year. Ooh, goody. Cue Michael Bublé.
And I'm feeling good.
Yeah. All right, bring it on. 2021, hello. 2020, you were a doozy. Thank you for all of the growth opportunities you presented. Time to take a deep breath. Can we just do this together? Let's just breathe into this new year. Deep breath in. And out. Nice. All right. We had a fire last night. We burned everything we just wanted to leave behind into 2020. Got intentional with what we want to invite into the new year. And I am feeling good. And my name is Matt. I am your host on this intentional podcast where we focus on an intentional journey, and we dive into it together. And we partner with people who have been there, who have studied the topic, who have done the work. And diving into our new year, we are diving into the journey of 30 days of intuitive eating, created by Megan McElroan. And Megan has journeyed with us on many of our intentional journeys and was inspired to create her own course, her own journey for us to go down. Megan is an NASM certified personal trainer and a compulsive and emotional eating wellness coach. And Megan has struggled with her own body issues and her own unhealthy eating habits, and eventually found her freedom from it all with lessons that are applied through this course, through tuning into the body, through discovering the innate wisdom that is there and listening to it and developing habits around that. And she has spent a lot of time laying out what has worked for her and her clients and packaged it into this delicious course. So I am so excited to go on this journey with you. I'm right here going on. I have my own emotional eating situation going on. And I'm ready to invite a little more intention, a little more self-love, and tap into that innate wisdom. The body is always talking, and let's listen to it. Let's get into it a little more. If you are new to Intention Inspired, welcome. You are welcome. Wherever you're from, whatever you do, whatever you don't do, it doesn't matter. We're just here to live with more intention, to invite a bit more self-discovery and understanding into this wild human experience so that we can feel more balanced, feel more stoked on life and what our role is in it. And this is done through these daily sessions, 10, 15 minutes a day of getting intentional with some inspirations. And that just ripples throughout the day. And imagine how your life would be different if you showed up for yourself every day for 10, 15 minutes every morning. How might 2021 look a little different? It's pretty inspiring to think about. So that's what Intention Inspired is all about. Thank you for joining us on this journey. So let's get into it. Day 1 of 30 days of intuitive eating. Our intention is I am open-minded. So today, let us let go of judgmental limitations and regain control of how we want to live our lives. So throughout this course, we have a handful of inspirations. Of course, Megan will chat with us at the beginning of every session, kind of diving into our intention and what our practices and different habits and perspectives and insights we have for the day. And then we'll dive into inspirations such as healthy habits, some fun quotes, some journal prompts, and some challenges to take with us throughout into the day. And of course, there is a beautiful community who is going through this course together. There's a link in the description if you want to get involved with the community conversation that's happening in the course. We have our own activity feed, so everyone in that feed are processing through the same information together. And this marks the second year of us doing this. How fun. It is so sweet. The mantra that we have all kind of developed is, we journey better when we journey together. And it is so true, from the accountability to the extra perspectives and insights to just being seen and heard and supporting one another in our own process. It all looks different for each of us, so it's so beautiful to see how it all kind of comes together in the activity feed. So you are more than welcome and invited to join us there. But if you just like the Audible podcast experience, beautiful. Let's get into it. I'm going to turn it over to Megan, and she's going to share a little bit about what we have in store for our first day of intuitive eating. Encouraged.
Hello and welcome to your first lesson on Intuitive Eating Encouraged. My name is Megan Macaron, and I'm here to take you through the course. So today our intention is to be open-minded to change, because change is scary. The brain rarely wants to change anything. Basically, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And while you might not like your current eating habits, or maybe you want to lose weight, your brain might see it as a perfectly well-functioning system that doesn't need to be changed. So the desire to change your habit around food is there, but there can be a lot of fear that pops up with it because it's an unknown change. You've never done it before, or you've tried it and it doesn't feel like it will work for you because it wasn't sustainable. So it might feel like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to do this, I'll fail at this too, like I failed at other things. And a lot of fear can pop up. And so I want you to be aware of that fear going into this program and this first lesson. I know for me, one of the fears I often felt when I was going to any program was something like, all right, I'm gonna buckle down, I'm gonna follow these guidelines, but if they tell me I can't have my coffee, I'm not doing this. And I want you to be aware of that kind of a thought, right? Okay, I'll do this, but if they tell me I can't have this, I don't know if I can handle that. Notice that that's a fear of what somebody's gonna tell you can or cannot eat, and that you don't ever have to listen to what somebody tells you can or cannot eat. Usually it's really just their opinion of how to get you weight loss faster. Whether or not it will work for you, it's still just their opinion. And the only opinions you really want to take into consideration when it comes to cutting a food group out or changing your diet completely is a nutritionist or a dietitian or a doctor, and for medical reasons. Otherwise, you most likely don't have to cut any food out to be healthier, to have weight loss, or to sustain weight loss that you've already lost. So this is all about how to tune back into the innate wisdom your body has of how to eat, when to stop eating, how much to eat. It already knows how to do that. And over the years, your brain kind of just took over and stopped trusting your body. And our goal is to kind of tap back into that innate wisdom and trust the body again going forward by learning about intuitive eating and how to take care of the body on a nutritional level, while also understanding how habits work a little bit and how to not react to the fear that pops up around food. So today, I want you to be aware of your thinking about food and the rules and labels that you put on food. What kind of fears come up around dieting and weight loss? Do you think that every time you go on a diet, it means you can't have foods you love, or you have to restrict yourself or cut out meals that you like? And so today's really about being open-minded to change, but also noticing your own thinking around food. What's coming up there? What are the fears of starting this course, right? Are you worried that somebody's going to take something away from you? Are you worried that it won't work because I'm not going to make you count calories? What is your thinking about food? That's the goal of today, is to really just take a moment, take a few deep breaths, and reflect on it. Notice what comes up when you think about food. Don't force it, just go about your day and notice it, and then come back and journal about it. All right, that is your first lesson for today, and I will see you in your second lesson. Have a great day.
Thank you, Megan. How wonderful. All right, so we're going to dive into a few of these invitations of inquiry that Megan offered for us in this intention of being open-minded around food. So our first healthy habit that we are going to take with us throughout this first full week is to chew your food as much as possible. There's a lot of habitual things we do around food. For me, chewing is one of them. And I am remembering a health scare that I had, which had me just calling a bunch of doctors, whoever would see me, because I had a heart palpitation going on. There was a chain reaction of scary health things that were happening to me, and I was scared. And finally found who is now such an incredible mentor to me, a doctor. I found a doctor who, one of the first things he invited me to do after we kind of, sussed out all of the different health things that were going on, he invited me to do this challenge. He invited me to chew my food as much as possible. I remember him asking, "Have you ever heard of Judaism?" Like, Judaism? He's like, no, Judaism. And was just kind of joking about it's the religion where you just chew your food at least 30 times per bite and how much that can really make a difference. In a lot of ways, it can be a wonderful mindfulness practice into what is in your mouth. Really helps the digestive process. There's so many wonderful layers that we will continue to explore throughout this week-long healthy habit. But for now, let's just be open-minded about it and let's just aim for 20 chews per bite of food. And of course, if you're eating, an avocado versus a steak, the chews might be, it might vary a little bit. But the goal here, the healthy habit, is to chew more than we're used to chewing when we're just using our subconscious, our habitual kind of actions to chew our food. So let's get a little more intentional with chewing our food. And perhaps to start, we start by counting 20 chews, which might seem a lot more than normal. All right, I'm going to go grab a date and peanut butter, my favorite snack. Oh, get ready. We're going to be snacking through this journey. And let's do it together. Just to kind of like bring it in. We got to have it. It's kind of like intellectually known, right? But to bring it into the 3D, to bring it into reality, it takes practice. It takes action. It takes a moment of pause and course correction. So let's try it out. If you have anything handy that's edible, let's give it 20 chews and see how it is. Big shout out to Trader Joe's. They get me. They get me when it comes to snacking. They made this nut butter that is almonds, cashew nuts, walnuts, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, pecans, and sea salt. It is such a good nut butter. And they're generously large pitted dates. Just going to go ahead and dip that in. And if you're with me, go ahead and pop that edible into your mouth and let's give it 20 chews. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20. 20. All right. That's not bad. Look, that's a sticky date. All right, cool. I gotta chase it with some coffee. Okay, nice. Well, looking forward to getting more just appreciation, gratitude, easier digestive flow. All sorts of good stuff comes with really chewing up the food. So thanks for joining me on that little exercise. All right, today's wise words come from Carol Burnett, who said, "Only I can change my life. No one can do it for me." All right, diving into our journal prompt for the day. And just a heads up, we love to journal at Intention Inspired. So if you are with us and don't have a journal, or a pen, hit me up. I'll send you one for free. I will, I promise. Because Juniper, if you joined us on our last journey, 30 Days of a Rainbow, Juniper and her father used to be in the journal making business. And they would hustle journals left and right at craft shows and sold them on their Etsy store. And Juniper is now our housemate at our community house here. And she has a lot of extra journals that we are excited to get creative with as far as how we can get these out. And so one of the ways is, if you're listening and don't have a journal and would like a beautiful handcrafted journal, hit me up. Okay, so our journal prompt for the day. What fears and worries come up when you think about letting go of restrictions around food? What fears and worries come up when you think about letting go of restrictions around food? Go ahead and hit pause and give yourself a moment to journal on this. So for me, fears and worries that come up when I think about letting go of the restrictions around food is that I fear I will lose the habits and beliefs that I have developed based on past information that I've learned when I've been very curious about, should I eat this? Should I eat that? Should I not eat this? Should I not eat that? And of course, there's always contrasting opinions on the matter. So while that scares me, it also excites me because I will be inspired to question all of those things that I have learned. And in the process, get to know my own body more and what it's saying as I rely more on my body's natural intelligence, as opposed to, what those guys out there are saying. That's what I love about this course. It's encouraging us to look inward, tune inward. The body is always talking. We just need to tune in and listen. I feel like such an infant when it comes to my body and what is going on in there. There's just so much room for growth and understanding. And yeah, looking forward to seeing what's there. All right, moving into our challenge for the week. Kind of pairs well with our weekly habit, which is to slow down and notice hunger and fullness in the moment. Just notice when you're hungry, when you're full. That's it. Just notice. Just this simple practice of noticing your hunger and fullness this week will help cultivate the intuition, the body knowledge, the intuition needed to ditch the diet and to tune more into your body's natural wisdom. That process of just that sacred pause of noticing. I'm hungry. Okay. I'm full. It doesn't mean you have to act perfectly. If you're halfway through a pie and you notice, I'm full. But this pie is once in a year situation, so I'm gonna eat it. Get it, go get it. So that's the challenge this week, is just to slow down and notice the hunger and fullness in the moment. And that wraps it up for our first day on intuitive eating. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. If you would like to share the ups and downs and all arounds of your own journey with us, we have our course activity feed. Link is in the description. Come and see what other people are sharing and connect with this beautiful fam. Especially times like these where we're not able to go out and connect with others like we used to. We're kind of forced to get creative in that sense. And Certainly why I'm so grateful for this beautiful community and for everyone showing up for themselves and letting themselves be seen. And it's a beautiful thing. So thank you for showing up, for tuning in. I'm looking forward to diving into day 2 tomorrow, where our intention will be, I am intuitive. Sounds important. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much for joining. I will catch you on the flip flop. Have an open-minded day. Ta-ta.